Gemini, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-January 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in energy and see what's happening for the lovely Gemini collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for these beautiful Geminis in mid-January 2026? We're at the very start of a brand new calendar year. What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Gemini in mid-January. What's the vibe here, my good friends? What do we have? Energy last week was very intriguing for the Gemini collective, and my all-time favorite oracle card is paying us a visit this week, my friends. We got Mr. Bookhead himself showing up here. Now, that is big page-like type of energy, but for those of you that have been watching me a while, you know I just absolutely love this card. One day I will have a Halloween costume of that, I promise you. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the January subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So the reason I love this card so much isn't just because of the energy that it brings. I just think it looks super unique, right? Like with the younger individual, they got a book for a hat, book necklace, scrolls, books and arms. Like, there is a big emphasis on information and knowledge with this card. It just tickles my funny bone for some reason. Now, as far as a tarot equivalent, this is very similar to the Page of Pentacles. So when it shows up in a reading for you, it's a great time to learn new things, take in a lot of new information. Processing of information is very important. So if you're dealing with certain situations where you feel like, yeah, I'm not sure, or I'm missing something, this is a very studious type of vibe. So whether you're learning something or not, it's like I'm soaking up information like a sponge, which could be really good. Now, since it is Page of Pentacles tied in, it could be very focused on communication. So whether it's talks that you are having, talks that you want to have, this one does focus somewhat on the written word. But I think it's great. Now, for some of you, maybe it's just an earth sign you're connected to. That could very much be the case. But I think of like a youthful energy with a lot of potential. So there is something here about information, the acquisition of information, and communication. So we're just going to let him chill out over there with his awesome costume. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Gemini. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. So yeah, the energy last week felt like it was zipping and zooming around. The reading was titled Massive Action Incoming. Now, that's a broad brush stroke, right? Action can come in a lot of different forms and fashions, whether it's action you take, action other people take, something that's been stuck that actually comes free. To me, it felt like there was a big supportive energy from the universe about like making moves, like not sitting back and waiting, pushing something forward. So whether that was you or somebody else, that could linger for a couple of weeks. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards here for Gemini. What do we have in mid-January, please, for my good friends? Thank you. Cool. Whoa. All right. That's a good start. I mean, we got the Wheel of Fortune in position number 1. Even if you're cross-watching, that's a really good sign. So I always like that. It's a fast-moving card, and we'll talk about that a little further. So that zipping and zooming we were picking up last week, it still seems to be here. Let's get a couple more. Thank you. The Star. Yeah, powerful major arcana, and these all do lean a little more optimistic. Let's get one more. Quick. Super quick. Whoa. Gemini, this is probably one of the best starts to a reading I've seen in a very long time. Now, you know how tarot goes. I'm going to try to be as neutral as possible until we start clarifying, but this is a hell of a lineup, I'll tell you that. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, I always like to look at elements first. I feel like that informs us a lot about how the energy moves. Now, we do have fire right here on the back end. So, just like last week, that's the realm of action. So, the actions we take, the actions other people take, the actions that we decide not to take, think of passion, think of vitality, think of our inner flame. Energy levels is huge. Vitality and just overall energy is very big when it comes to fire. So it's great for progress. The downside to fire is sometimes it could be a little unpredictable, right? It's an energy that could take a left on you or take a right. You need to contain it. Moving to the center, we do have some air with the star. Now, yes, that person is the Aquarius water bearer, but Aquarius energy is technically air, which is your comfort zone, your comfort element. When I see a lot of air, I think of the logic, the mind. It's very pragmatic. The information we were seeing with that page energy in the beginning. It is a big focus on the mental, but also communication. The downside to air energy sometimes, it does move quickly, it does move rapidly. But the downside to me is sometimes it could be a little cold, sometimes it could be a little detached, sometimes it could be a little too logical about something. And I will say this, the fire air combination here on the back end could be a little explosive. So we do want to look at that further, especially with this on the front. Now, I'm not going to break this down to a singular element because the Wheel of Fortune itself has multiple elements. So we'll just call that Jupiter energy, which is very expansive. So the way the energy looks to me, it's going to be flowing, it's going to be moving. There's a lot of action still. But let's go through and start building it out piece by piece. Position number one, the Wheel of Fortune, one of my favorite cards. So, see the little theme we're already getting? We have my favorite Oracle card. Now, some of my favorite major arcana are here. The Wheel of Fortune is my four-leaf clover of the tarot deck. It's a good luck charm. So, whenever I see it, I'm like, all right, that's good. That's really nice. So, there could be something that really bounces your way or goes your way. This could be a sudden stroke of luck where it's like, yeah, everything just lined up perfectly. So, the Wheel of Fortune is great for expansion. It's highly protective. I think of like guardian angel energy with this as well, but it goes deeper. Now, the Wheel of Fortune can also speak about big picture things. Think of karmic cycles, cycles of life that we're going through now. Whether we're about to start one, whether we're about to end one, whether you're going through a change or a metamorphosis, the Wheel of Fortune can be represented in that. So it seems like a lot of positives. The downside to this card, and every card has a downside, just always keep that in mind. The Wheel of Fortune is very rapid, it's very fast, it's very sudden. So, like when we have the fire air combo back here and the Wheel of Fortune on the front, this energy is moving quick and it's moving powerfully. So, like if you've been feeling stuck, if you feel like you haven't been making progress, this might be really great energy for you. If you feel like things have been a little chaotic, this energy might spice things up even further. So we'll see whether it is karmic, whether it is spiritual, whether it is something that moves rapidly. The Wheel of Fortune does represent transformation and change, very similar to the world. Now, as we get it tucked back in by this amethyst, we're going to start talking about our next card, which is another pretty powerful energy. We have the star. Beautiful. This is one of the wish fulfillment cards, and we see the water bearer here does tie in strongly to astrological placements and stuff like that. But to me, when I see the star, I think of hope. I think of hope in a brighter day. I think of silver linings. Even if you're going through some difficult situations, there might be some divine timing attached to it or silver linings, even if you don't quite see it. The star is just filled with hope and promise of a brighter day, especially next to the Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Wands right next to it. It's a really fabulous vibe. The downside to this card, when hope flips in reverse, it could be an energy that gets depressed. It's an energy that could feel hopeless about something. And just like with all air energy, it can get a little detached sometimes. One other little note about the star card to me, I think of it as big picture thinking. So the star isn't just today, it's not just this week or next week. The star could represent long term journeys. So when we have the wheel, and then we have the star right next to it. This is like big picture thinking. Now, moving to the very back end, we have the Six of Wands. Gotta love it, right? And we see this person, they're in a parade, they have literal laurels over their head. So there's a lot of beauty in this card. It can represent victory, complete and total victory, coming out on top. So whether that's a goal you have, this is also a card of notoriety, public attention. So, like someone that may possibly be in the limelight. When the Six of Wands shows up in your weekly spread, you might be getting more attention than you normally do, even if you're not trying to. So, that's a big thing. Think of magnetic energy. That's what we think of with the Six of Wands. The downside to this, aside from the beautiful victory and glory, uh, the Six of Wands can sometimes represent ego or somebody with an inflated ego. So watch out for any individuals like that, especially this. But the combination of the three looks great. I just hope it holds up when we start getting into the details, right? So let's dive deeper on all of it, Gemini. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for my friends. I'm feeling optimistic. I'm feeling like the star card. But yeah, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that wheel. See what that fast moving energy is about. Oh, and yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Gemini, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, let's get that wheel. Why is it here for my good friends? Oh, quick. Super quick. I mean, 10 of Wands in reverse, that's like breakthrough energy if I've seen it, if I've ever seen it. Now, the 10 of Wands usually represents, it's a heavy energy, right? Like you see the person, they're carrying that big bundle of sticks. So, like, as far as energy goes, it feels zapped, it feels drained, it feels tired. Usually it's some sort of burden, whether it's mental, emotional, or physical. So when we see it in reverse underneath the Wheel of Fortune, this is either some sort of wild stroke of good luck where it's like, whoa, I didn't even have to try. It feels almost effortless, to be honest with you. So for a lot of Geminis, regardless of what you've been going through, I'm already seeing here that the tides of the universe are working in your favor, or will be for like the next short period of time. Um, I mean, especially with the sudden, fast moving energy, this could be like a sudden breakthrough of some kind. We saw the action last week. So, if there are certain things, certain patterns, certain behaviors that have been bothering you for a while, this combination to me is a breakthrough. Like, and it's fast, it's quick, it's sudden, it's surprising. So, I think it's great. For some of you, there might be a winner victory coming in where it's like, it feels like I didn't even have to try, which I think is great. So, if things have been working against you, this is energy that's finally working with you or for you. We're just going to keep moving. I feel like it's very simple, and it does feel like a stroke of good luck. So for those of you that have a little bit of a risk in you or you like to gamble it up sometimes, this to me is like jackpot, honestly. Let's go in on the star. It's like jackpot. Oh, that all just worked out for me. Let's see what the star has. Let's see if that energy holds up. So why is the star here for Gemini? Thank you. Yeah. And it like sets the stage. Like for a lot of Geminis, there could be something coming in the short term that sets the stage for the long term as well. So the Two of Pentacles is also karmic, universal. You see this little theme that we're getting here in the center. Notice it has the little infinity symbol. So it does tie into like karmic energy for sure. And when I see it, I think of balance. Now, sometimes that energy can be a little hectic. So if you have a lot on your plate, a lot that you're dealing with, your head's in a lot of different places, this is a very reassuring energy from spirit where it's like, just relax, Gemini. Calm the mind here. Like everything will be fine. Everything will work out. So like we have this beautiful breakthrough energy, then we have this energy in the center that seems to calm you down. But the big intuitive thing I'm feeling here is like something that pops up in the short term sets a layer or a foundation for the future in a very, very good way. So remember, I've been speaking about long term implications. That's showing up here within the reading this week. So even if it's like a minor thing, like a minor winner victory, it's a foundational piece moving forward, and it's like a building block. I hope that makes sense, but that's just how it feels to me. So the win victory energy is holding up in a very powerful way, and it doesn't just feel like short-term gratification. Let's keep moving forward. You know how sometimes there's like seasons in life where it feels like things are fighting against you, and then there's seasons of life where it feels like everything just goes your way? That's what I'm actually starting to feel here, and I haven't felt that for you in a very long time. This is claimable energy, Gemini. Like if this isn't describing your current situation, I would claim this because it's like, a sailboat where the wind hits the sails and it's off with the races. That's how this feels to me. It's like I have the wind to my back and we're going. Let's see what's up with the Six of Wands. Then we'll do a quick recap, and it could be multiple things for some of you. So let's see what the Six of Wands has. Then we'll do our recap. So what is going on here? Are we going to continue unblemished for the most part? I mean, you can't get much better than what we have this week, honestly. Now, we do have the Four of Wands in reverse. Don't get nervous about the Four of Wands in reverse. To me, that's just an energy of change, but a good change. Four Wands is the 1111 card, so watch for signs, synchronicities, omens from spirit, because they might be trying, whether this reading in and of itself is an omen for you, or spirit sending you signs, the numbers, the dreams. I just love what I'm feeling here. Like, I haven't felt this in a long time for a Gemini reading. I feel like refreshed and I'm feeling rejuvenated by this energy I'm picking up. Now, the Four of Wands is usually very sturdy. Yes, it is celebratory. It's people celebrating, coming together. But in reverse, this stable energy kind of flips on its head. I think when we combine all the elements and all the themes and the sudden energy and the fire and air, and then this Four of Wands in reverse, this was like an explosive win. So to me, it's not just one. It's not like this one sudden breakthrough and then setting the foundation. It's like boom, 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 consecutively. It's like dominoes falling. So I think for a lot of Geminis, whether this is an explosive win out of nowhere, like we kind of see in the front as well, or victory, for some of you, it's just like one thing leads to another, leads to another. This one sets this up and sets this up, and it's like all the dominoes are falling in your direction. So this is one of the most claimable readings I've probably done for Gemini in years, honestly, like with the way it's making me feel. So I would claim this. I absolutely love this. Because if this is change, if this is a cycle, like to me, it feels like it's a net positive. Like it could be a great one. Let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadows. So, what I'm seeing here, Gemini, I'm really a fan of, at least energetically. If you kindly look in the box, position number one, we got the Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Wands in reverse. That's like a breakthrough moment or a breakthrough in general. It's just very sudden, very fast. And we've held this win victory energy throughout. So, luck could be on your side, my friends, or energy could be working with you. So, if there's something you're wanting to change, something you're wanting to do, like now's the time. Moving to the middle, we have the star with the Two of Pentacles, and this felt like setting a foundation where like one win leads to another, leads to another. That's where initially I was getting that domino type of energy here. So it's like we got short term, sudden, we got long term, and then we have like this big shifting in a positive direction as we get to the back end. We have the Six of Wands with the Four of Wands in reverse. Change isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes changes in dynamics and situations are actually good. So there could be something changing that's actually going to serve you. And to me, it's like one after another after another. So I love the energy for you this week. Even if you've been going through a really tough one, the energy itself feels very, very supportive. And yeah, explosive wins all over the place or victories. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for Gemini. Really like this. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge, they could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we got for Gemini? What do we got? Yeah, and just to reaffirm what I was saying about the omens, even in the shadows, guess what showed up? Four Wands, the same card that we had right here. Now, I'll speak about the shadow side of the Four Wands since it's technically a shadow card, but I will say this on an intuitive level. It's just reaffirming everything I've been seeing within the reading about the energy actually flipping in your favor and actually working with you as opposed to against you. So I really like this, especially with the breakthrough in the front end of the reading. Now, the Four Wands, aside from representing group dynamics and omens and signs that Spirit might be trying to send you and your own intuition, the big downside of it is its immovable nature, right? Like the Four Wands is solid and stable. It can also represent the home, real estate, stuff like that. So watch out for any situations involving living situation and real estate. But when I see the Four Wands, it's like solid, just like all four numbered cards are. It's solid, it's stable. So just watch out for that stuck feeling or getting into that mindset where nothing's ever going to change. Because with the way the energy seems to be lining up for you, if you're feeling stuck, you won't be for long. Or if something's not changing that you've been wanting to change for a while, it won't be for long. There's just too much energetic support. So we're going to put that down right there, Gemini. That's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the January subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, or if you'd like to see what 2026 has in store for you, you can book a personal reading with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The January schedule's already up, so you could go check it out and see what's available. It's going quick, but for the January subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks, the Everyday Witches Tarot. It's absolutely adorable and is great for readers of all skill levels. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments from today's reading which card spoke to you the most. Even if the reading didn't quite hit, which card was giving you those warm and fuzzies or really caught your attention. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.